beautiful beings of light. I hope you all are well. I am coming on here today just to give a kind of impromptu message that all is well. I know that many of you, including myself, have really been struggling with some hard energies that have been coming up for transmutation and alchemizing. I'm seeing it all over the group posting. I've had, several of you, many of you actually, messaging me having very difficult circumstances that are coming up in your realities. And you're probably wondering, what the hell is going on? Because I thought this was supposed to be a whole new book. And it is. It is a whole new book. But in order to get to this new beginning, we first have to revise the scripts that are coming up for transmutation. So essentially, all is well, all is going according to plan, even if it doesn't appear that way. So I'm just bringing you some messages that I've been receiving and some perspective that maybe can aid and assist you in getting through this time. So as you know, we had a very intense full moon energy at the end of April in the Scorpio full moon. And that is what brought everything up to the surface. It kicked it all up. And then we moved into this new moon energy where we, things began to settle a little bit and we were building a frequency. That was the very first glimpse into the theme or the storyline that we were going to be carrying with us into these new fourth dimensional energies. Okay. And then we just had this major lunar eclipse. And that is when I said that the lunar eclipse in conjunction with the Mercury retrograde, the Saturn retrograde, was a time that was a portal that was opening up, okay, from the eclipse energy all the way until June 10th. And really the eclipse energy stays with us for approximately 6 months, okay? So these gateways opened. We had a lot of the 555s, 3 in fact, in the month of May, that were pushing us into change. And it was culminated with this full moon lunar eclipse that happened this past Wednesday. And essentially, if you guys remember when I did that message about fourth dimensional time and how time in the fourth dimension works, I explained that we were running on 2 to 3 different timelines in any given day. And that was predicated on our dominant resonant frequency. And our dominant resonant frequency is what carries us through from moment to moment. It's what shapes the illusion of linear time and of consecutive time, okay? So part of what's been happening is we are shedding the scripts of the third dimensional template and moving into this new fourth dimension, or we're revising them, which is, what these retrograde energies are for. And in some cases, we're throwing it out altogether and we're deciding to start something completely new in this new book. All right. But the message that they've brought to me is that there's been a weaving and a convergence that's happening where on our bandwidth, if we're moving between 2 to 3 different vibrational frequencies in any given day, the lowest frequency in our fractal self, okay, is being converged and merged to meet a 4.0 or higher, a fourth dimensional template or higher. And so in order for that to happen, we have to align to the script, the fourth dimensional template that we are trying to create. So what's happening is that these scripts, I explained, are vying for their survival, okay? And they are going to be showing up when you are meeting them on the lowest end of your tether in any given now moment. And what we're being asked to do right now is to look at these things from the past, these lessons from the past, and find a new relationship to them and find a new perspective about them. Revise it in some way. And this is kind of like a test, because we are sovereign and we have free will, and we can take anything we want to with us, or we can stay in lower frequencies if we choose to. And our job right now, what we're being asked to do, is to find a new perspective. Remember, look at it, in more than one way, with more than one filter, and change our relationship to it. So we can decide in these moments if these themes still resonate with us. We can decide, we have free will. We can choose and say, that doesn't resonate with me. I'm not aligned to that any longer. Or we can align to it. So the other thing in that is that these dense energies, right? These dense energies, these programs of apathy, doubt, fear, depression, sadness, and anger are what cords us into the lower vibrational frequencies. It's not that we'll never experience these feelings again. It's our identification with them, okay, that keeps us corded into the past, that keeps us corded into past programs, that stops us from revising the script moving forward. Because in order to create a reality, a new reality, okay, you have to create a new you. And you can't create a new you if you're still identifying with these old scripts, or you're not finding a new perspective about them. So I know right now it seems like it's a bit of a shit show. There's a lot of really difficult, hard aspects, dense aspects of our reality that are coming up to the surface, and they're asking you to find a new relationship to them, a new perspective on them. And the thing that they're reminding me of is that in the past, you could have splintered off from it. Okay, you could have what they call spiritually bypass from that and move into a different aspect of your fractal self. You can't do that anymore. We cannot spiritually bypass any longer. We have to sit with these energies and find a new relationship to them. We can't shove them down. We can't suppress them. We can't fractal off from them. This is our chance to become whole and complete, and understand that this human journey is beautiful, and it is all of the colors of the rainbow. It is all of the emotions and the experiences, not just the light ones and the breezy ones and the easy ones. It's everything. That is why we came down here, because the journey of the human is to be able to see and hear and sense and taste and touch. No other reality creation embodies all of that. And without the contrasting aspects, we wouldn't ever know the polarity or the flip. And so there is beauty in it. There is meaning in it. And to divorce yourself from it, to fractal off from it, is really doing yourself a disservice, because the whole point of the journey in this now moment is to experience, allow it to come up, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to be in the feeling of it, and allow yourself to play it out, not from the perspective that you're identified with it, still from the observer. And that is where you're finding the new perspective. Whereas before you were identified with it, it was who you are. Now you're the observer of it, and you realize that it's temporary, that you can sit with it, that you can transmute it, that you can be empowered. You are sovereign. And nothing and no one has power over you. You have the power over you. And really, all reality creation is your perspective of it. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to come on here and say, because I've really, also been having a difficult time. And the thing that's really changed for me is that I'm not trying to pretend. My mask has come off, and I'm not trying to push it away or remove myself from it. I'm sitting with it. I'm seeing it as the observer. I'm allowing myself to experience it, and then I'm allowing myself to let it go. And I realize that there are two very different scripts that are vying for their survival in my reality right now. And I know which one I'm aligning to. And if the old script wants to come up and it wants to make itself known, it can do that. But I don't have to identify myself with it. And if I do, I can let that play itself out from the perspective of the observer until it washes itself away. And that is the work that we're doing right now. You are on track. You are on time. You are right where you're supposed to be. And even if things look a mess, you're right where you're supposed to be. All is well. So I really hope that helps someone out there understand that the programs of doubt, the programs of lack, the programs of sadness and depression and apathy are the most powerful. And fear. They're even more powerful than anger, because that's a little bit higher on the emotional scale. And when we identify with these, when we get into the density of them, because if the physical body is dense, okay, and we're trying to lighten up right now. We're trying to, lighten up our broadband, our spectrum. And when we move into the density of it from the space of identification, that is where we're being controlled. That is where the program is controlling us. That is where we are now the automaton. And there are a lot of energies, light workers, way showers, star seeds are being hit hard right now. They're being hit hard because we're breaking away. And there are programs, thought forms, paradigms, service to self, however you want to look at that, okay, that want to survive as well. And the construct of it is going to vie for its survival. And it can only do that through your free will, through your permission, through shadow contract. You ultimately have the power. Okay? They are subtle energies, but they are powerful energies. And right now, they are showing up as apathy, depression, sadness, and doubt. These are the programs that want to survive. And it is our mission to see them for what they are and to align to something different. So I hope that helps someone out there. I really do. We are moving to our true new beginning. Look at this time, this solar eclipse on June 10th. Look at this time, this period of time right now for the next 10 days or so is a chance to observe the scripts and decide, how do you want to revise them? What are you aligning to? And how can you see them from a new perspective? I've been, doing a modified fast again. And on the days I'm fasting, because my team has said that we need to lighten our physical bodies, and that all of this denser energy has been stored in my physical body. So how can you lighten your body? How can you nurture through nature? Allow nature to heal you. I've been seeking water Even if that's just the bathtub and getting in it, like this baptism energy. I've been getting in the sauna. I've been getting in the swimming pool. I've just been sitting and connecting with the sun. Allow these things, these nurturing practices to pull you through and aid and assist you in finding a different perspective. And we are going to get through this. And we're going to come out on the other side at this new beginning. And we're going to see this period of time as, very valuable. But when we're in the midst of it, when we're in the midst of the hurricane, in the midst of the storm, it's difficult to become the eye and allow everything to swirl around you. But that is where we're at right now. Become the eye of the storm. Become the eye of the hurricane. Don't allow yourself to get sucked in to the swirl and the chaos. So I'm sending you all big, 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 big love. Bye.
Just wanted to say I love ya.